With that down, let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Dan, who writes, I was curious. With the Mulan movie set to release just over a month from now, it's really closer to it's really 2 months from now, and with the coronavirus issue impacting China, do you think Disney might consider pushing the release date of the movie, considering that this movie is heavily targeted towards the Chinese market? All right, thanks a lot for sending that question in, man. And listen, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. Listen, the coronavirus thing is becoming, it's not just big news, it's actually a big deal. Like, we're seeing the number of reported cases on this thing like doubling every day and a half. It's really rather scary what's going on over there. And we're seeing a lot of things. They're shutting things down, all that kind of stuff. It is affecting the industry. I understand. Listen, I said this before. I understand there are more important things in life right now than the movie industry and the box office and stuff like that. But that's what this show talks about. We talk about the movie industry, so we're going to talk about how this issue is affecting the film industry in and of itself, when obviously this is a much bigger issue. But I just wanted to give that kind of disclaimer on that. We're already seeing that it's really affecting production out there. It's really heavily affecting the box office of a lot of films out there. And you raise an interesting question. With this whole notion that we have, this movie that Disney is putting a lot of stock in, guys. They are very proud of this movie. They've been excited about releasing this movie. They believe they've got a great cast for it. They believe they got a great story. They believe they have a very special film. And you're absolutely 100% right. The Chinese box office is a big part of those plans for obvious reasons. Should they postpone it? I'm normally the guy, Dennis, who goes, you know what? No, you move forward. Life moves on. You keep plowing ahead and stuff like that. But in a situation like this, with such huge financial stakes on the line for this film and what they want to do, I think it would be naive for myself or any of us to believe that not only will this coronavirus thing be completely contained and done in just 2 months, but all the ramifications of just the impact it's had already are going to be totally done and dealt with, and everything's going to be fine. And China's not that big of a deal when it comes to the box office for this particular film. I think it would be incredibly naive. So I'm the guy who normally says just keep moving forward, but I'm kind of feeling like, you know what? Yeah, postpone this. Pull the release date. Push it off another 2 months. Or 3 months. I mean, it's not really going to cost them any money except for a little bit more in marketing and some of the wasted marketing money. But I feel like that is a small price to pay for what price they might pay if they need to just move forward and release it on the release date. I think there's probably a lot of good arguments against that, but that's just kind of how I'm feeling about it right now. Dennis, as you're looking at the situation, you're in the boardroom at Disney right now, and they come around to your chair and they say, Dennis, what do we do? Do we postpone this? Do we move forward as planned? What do you advise them to do?
Well, I'm just wondering if they would conceivably release it here in the U.S. and hold off the China release for later. And definitely
stagger the release.
Maybe. I mean, it's definitely a big deal. I mean, you have to understand they basically canceled Chinese New Year. And people don't know Chinese New Year in China is like Christmas and regular New Year's combined. You get like a whole week or so off of work, and they were like, they didn't want the coronavirus to possibly spread. So they're like, you guys cannot celebrate at all.
Right.
We, stay at home. I know they told some people to like work from home and all that stuff. So it's just one of those things where it is a big deal, and it's possible. And also, on a side note, aside from just the coronavirus thing, it's like Mulan. I'm very interested to see how it does in China versus here. Like here, we've had, that cartoon was in 1990 something. I forgot the exact year. Right. So it's been a long time. We've never seen a live action version before. But in China, they had a live action version of Mulan in 2009, I believe.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. So I'm just wondering, like, if they are open to this Disney version and what's going to make it, different so that the Chinese audience in China will go flocking to go see it.
Right. Interesting. So, but we put the question to you guys now. Let's say you're in that boardroom with Bob Iger and Alan Horn, and they're trying to figure out, do we just keep on course? Maybe you do a staggered release like Dennis is suggesting. Do you release it here on schedule and then put it out in China a little bit later? Maybe you want to keep it coordinated. If you're in charge there, what do you do about this? I'm curious to know what you think. I have an opinion, but I'm not so sure about my own opinion on it. Jump down to the comments section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.